There was once a time when fairyland, shining above the clouds, was like a heavenly realm. Everywhere there were glowing flowers, crystal clear streams, and golden butterflies fluttering around. The entire land was kept alive by the magical light of the fairy crystal. But one night, a jealous dark fairy stole that crystal. She cast a black curse over the whole fairyland. Slowly, the skies turned dim, the flowers dried up, and the shine faded from the fairies' bodies. There was one small, pure-hearted, and brave fairy named Lyria. Seeing her fading fairy friends, she said, "Someone has to bring this light back, and that someone will be me." Lyria flew to the elder tree where the wisest and oldest fairy, Elder Sylph, lived. Sylph said, "Child, that crystal is now in the shadow cave where Notre guards it. But remember, only a heart full of love can break this curse, not anger or hatred." Lyria nodded with a sparkle in her green eyes. Her tiny friend Pip, a golden glowing firefly, said in a scared voice, "Are you sure, Lyria? This path is very dangerous." "Yes, Pip, I have to do it. We must save fairyland." Lyria's wings carried her into the darkening sky. She crossed the broken rainbow bridge, the drying forests, and the rivers drowning in poisonous mist. On the way, frightening shadow monsters tried to stop her, but Pip's bright glow drove them away. At one place, a little fairy was crying, trapped in thorns. Lyria stopped and used magic on her broken wing, and it healed. "Thank you," the little fairy said, and a faint golden glow returned to her body. Pip said, "Lyria, every act of kindness is making you stronger." At last, Lyria and Pip reached the shadow cave. Inside, Notre sat on a dark throne made of thorns. In her hands was a shining fairy crystal. Her black wings were spread wide, and her red eyes burned like fire. "So a tiny glowworm has come to take my treasure," Notre mocked. "I'm here to save my fairies," Lyria replied firmly. Notre created a whirlwind of dark winds trying to snuff out Lyria's light. But Lyria placed her hand on her heart and said, "You cannot take away my light because it came from love." In an instant, Lyria's whole body glowed with golden light. The cave walls cracked and the darkness vanished. The crystal flew out of Notre's hands and landed in Lyria's palms. "No, how is this possible?" Notre screamed as she turned to dust. Lyria lifted the crystal high. Pip shouted with joy, "You did it!" As Lyria returned, that golden light spread throughout fairyland. The dried flowers bloomed again. The rivers became crystal clear, and the fairies began to shine once more. Sylph smiled and said, "Lyria, you have proven that even the smallest fairy's heart can be the brightest. From today, you are the guardian of light." Lyria's pink wings turned completely golden. The entire fairyland clapped with joy. True strength is not in hatred or anger, but in love and kindness.